submitted for the previous video, it all turned out to be what we wanted, but even with the edits, they still did not release that previous one, which is good because it brings us to this one, which is titled The Real Draft, and the reason is because we are doing a bit of a relaunch of Season 4, and it was due to unforeseen. How would you describe this? By the way, Cross is hanging out with us here because Cross is 51% of this league. I'm comfortable being at the 49. I wouldn't really call it a snafu. I'd call it a major problem.
I don't know because you generally set up the league, and in the, let's say, pre-run or the pre-testing, you did about 10 games and I sat on 2. So I don't know if that percentage is quite accurate, but
Well, I mean, the other part of this, you did the legwork on researching. Uh, you flew to different states and you found that there's a market for Vegas to bring down that expansion. You went and surveyed Seattle residents and businesses, reached out to them, see if they wanted to bring a Supersonics team back, and so I think that counts for a lot of that. By the way, going back with the Lions logo up here, what you're staring at are the Las Vegas Lions, who have the number one pick, and I'm wondering if it'll show us the draft order. I think I have to toggle over to picks or something. I don't know if it shows up yet until we actually start. Scrolling through, yeah, I don't see that list of the draft order here. Alright, so you are looking at the list of the pool of all-time. Oh, looks like we just got it. Maybe I don't know, the cross launch there? Yeah, maybe he did that. Or maybe I toggled over. Either way, we're looking at the order here of the top 9 draft picks on this screen here. And you have the default brand for the Baltimore Rain, but that's going to get changed over once Cross gets his grubby hands in the offices. We give him the keys or the badges or whatever, scans in, get that submitted, and you'll see the original branding of the Baltimore Rain from the prior launch of Season 4. But a few modifications. We do have some more teams here. I was trying to go off memory, and I said, forget it. I'm just going to chop up some teams. No one's worried about the Kings at all. And the Bucks, without Giannis, yeah, don't worry about them either. So they're gone. Bringing in Sonics, Lions, Baltimore Rain. And I will say the Hawks were on the chopping block, but wait, the Kings have made it in? What the hell happened here? Alright, well, I guess the Kings are in here. But I will say the Hawks were on the chopping block, and then they made it in. But I'm looking to see who I actually did cut. I know it was the Bucks. It had to be the Bucks. Yeah, Bucks are gone. And there's someone else.
Sacramento and
Yeah.
Las Vegas are going to start fighting over that line logo, I think.
Yeah. I'll go back. The jerseys are a little more updated. I mean, it's nothing fancy, but it's definitely farther away than the comments that Cross made on the prior Vegas team during the launch. Yeah, those very generic jerseys that were. I guess they couldn't afford the additional logos on there. No sponsorship from Nike or anything, so they're a little beefed up, not by much, but just a little better than they were on the previous run. We're gonna get any thoughts from Cross here in a few moments. I want you to take a look at the first 10 here. So we're just gonna drop down to Denver. I don't think that the Joker will go until maybe pick 5. I could be surprised here, but I think it'll be weird to see if Joker does land on Denver once again. And then, you know who we're going after. If you've been paying attention, I know that some people think it's going to be somebody, but won't be the case. We do need to get Cross back in here, but also let's not forget the historical value here. We got Celtics, who Cross was the former coach for, no longer decided not to stay there. Decided it was time to move on and go to a new team, which was in Baltimore, and maybe talk to that. What are some of the decisions behind moving over to Baltimore and not sticking with Boston? Cross me.
Yeah, that kicked me out for a moment, and I'm
Yeah.
wondering if that's why in places the your audio's a little bit choppy. I'm guessing maybe that's a network thing and not a wire thing, but um, it seems to be stable again at the moment.
Okay, so if we get any more of that, we'll maybe create a new room or something. But what I was commenting on was the move to Baltimore and parting ways with Boston. Any thoughts since you put a little more time behind them?
Um, Still happy with the move. Again, I guess from a fan perspective, I'm not a fan of Boston, so from that standpoint, it didn't really make sense for me to run with Team Bleed Green. Um, and I've never really been one to stand behind Boston when it's been playoffs or whatever. Neither I've always kind of stood with the opposite team. Um, Boston's just never really been my aesthetic. They've kind of been the team to go against. But they made sense for the CNC League coming in because Cutty being with the Lakers and uh, a Lakers fan, it just kind of made sense to have Lakers versus the Celtics, seeing as that's the traditional rivalry derby um, or derby. Um, so that made sense, but I'm happy to go with Baltimore just because I think it's probably a city that doesn't automatically stand out as a city that would be first on line to get an NBA team, so it's a little bit out there. And also in that area, I suppose most people will follow Washington, and Washington's not had the best. Um, I'll be generous and say recent history. So I think trying to build a new team there is great, and I think it represents a different set of people in some ways. And also the culture is very much. Well, the plan was for it to be a little bit more similar to the Ravens in the NFL, where they're kind of known a little bit more for their defense, and then just their rough attitude um, and raw attitude. And I suppose we kind of wanted that same mentality, uh, just with like a obviously trickle tricklings of decent offense from different areas. So obviously having your power point guards like we originally had with Rose, Westbrook, and Jar, um, and then just a couple of shooters like you got Ray Allen and Paul George. But a lot of that would be backed up by the defense, where you've got Garnett and Gobert and so on. And that was the plan there. But who knows? That might switch up a bit. But ultimately, yeah, I'm still happy with the move to Baltimore, and it just gives us a chance to start fresh. I think we kind of got a bit of an advantage with the Celtics first 2 seasons. So I think coming in now is with a fresh team and having these drafts. It's a bit more of a even playing field.
So so why not go with the Barons? Why go with the Ravens? Is it because of that attitude you're talking about? Like, um, so I imagine you're almost hinting at. I'm asking you another question before you answer the first one, but you're almost hinting at like you're not gonna have, for example, Muggsy Bogues be the face of the Reign. But why that over Barons?
What do you mean as far as the team name?
Yeah, the team
Go.
name. Yeah.
I think Rain. Well, really, it was kind of it fit in with the market strategy. Obviously, we can't sell anything, but from the standpoint of the slogan of Purple Rain, I thought went quite well, and then just the idea of rain, and when you think of um, what that term generally means, it's kind of the top of the hierarchy that's running over things, and I think we kind of wanted that mindset that the idea was to be the best of the best, and so I think that kind of works. Whereas I feel like as a baron, a baron again, it kind of falls into that, I suppose, royal titles, but at the same time, a baron can be overridden. Whereas if you're the reigning power, there's no real royal title on that to kind of narrow you down. It's just you reign over. I'm trying to go somewhere with this, but
No, that
I'll let you.
no, it makes sense. I'm surprised. I'm looking at the overall available players here, and this one's going to be a good draft because we've made a slight adjustment um, to some players here, and instead of going to the rookie Jordan, we're going prime '96 Jordan, and then instead of Cleveland LeBron, we're going with LeBron in Miami. It was a toss up between going with the Cavs.
That's
Um,
going to be huge as well. So you're going to have prime Jordan and prime LeBron in place.
yeah, so look for a bit different looking teams from what it was originally. Even I myself, I think I'm gonna go for a lot of the similar players, but at the same time, where I was taking a gamble on some players, I'm thinking, um, you know, all kidding aside, I may not go with them this time. And I'm trying to change the sort that I had on this before.
I think it's possibly going to be not more difficult this time, but I don't know, it's strange. So, like, I suppose my mindset coming into the first draft was I kind of had an idea from the previous 2K of where I was going to go and what would work for me. Now that we've kind of seen how 2K24 rolls and how it works, I'm at a point where I'm thinking, okay, do I reset kind of with what I already had envisioned, or do I kind of need to look for something else? Um, and that was going to start anyway because I was already trying to look at Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady and seeing if I could kind of do that. Um, what if almost with what we the other pre-test, because I saw that you had like Kobe and Shaq and then Jordan Pippen, Rodman, so you kind of brought back traditional team uh, star groups. And I was going to try and do that with the what if ones like Vince and McGrady and see if that would have mixed with what we had there with Rose and Garnett and so on.
I I think the one that's being overlooked right now, I can see on the board, is probably Tim Duncan. I think that Duncan can be a problem on any team he lands on if he gets that point guard, that shooter. I think that whoever lands with Duncan can uh, cause some damage throughout the season. But yet to be seen. We'll see where everybody lands here. We're gonna launch this here 20 minutes. So don't, if you're tuning in right now, you don't have to wait 23 minutes. We're gonna launch here, and yeah, less than 3.5 minutes. Any final thoughts, Cross, before we get into this here?
Nothing major really, just kind of going through the names to see which ones I feel will kind of be overlooked and some that might just be picked up for name value. Like, I feel like guys like Williamson might go, like Zion, because of name value, might go on earlier with some of these other teams. But, like you say, Tim Duncan, um, Moses Malone, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki. There's kind of a lot of competition in that power forward spot that's going to upset Zion, I think, and what you're able to do with him, especially if he regresses. And then you've kind of got a mismatch like Giannis, because typically I would probably move Giannis down and run with him at small forward, which is kind of a little bit of a mismatch, but on purpose, because he's going to be able to run the floor a lot smoother. But at power forward, it's kind of difficult how you run him against guys like Duncan because there's a different pace of game.
Yeah, and then the Lakers here, they have a tough choice to make because Giannis has been who we've gone with the past three drafts, and
Oh man,
it's
you've
gonna
got a
be
juggling. Yeah,
yeah.
you've got a juggle now. So, is it going to be prime LeBron? Is it going to be Giannis? Is it going to be Michael Jordan?
Yeah,
Shaq's on the board. Oof.
it's
Yeah,
gonna it's gonna be
because
tough here.
I think Oscar.
Oh, looks like we lost Cross again. Cross, I don't know what see, but either way, we'll give Cross some time to get back in here. May have to do a full relaunch here, but he's got 20 minutes, so I think we're okay here. Um, but yeah, I do have a tough choice to make here because as soon as I pick Giannis here, all these players up above more than likely will be gone. But the potential for Giannis to stay here is still there, but I don't think so. I mean, if I give up that first pick for anybody else, then might as well count Giannis out. So yeah, here we go. Um, so
Good luck,
Cross,
Lakers.
you're good on you're good on the game end, right? It's just kicking you out of the party, or is
Good
it
on the.
you're good on the 2K side of things? It just kicks you out of the voice chat, right?
Yeah, it's just the party. So before it didn't chuck me out. It just had you with the buffering symbol, and then you kind of just appeared again. So
Okay.
so yeah, it's something with
Cross
PlayStation, I think.
Cross just rolled with it. Okay, we're launching the draft here. Good luck to Rain, and we'll see how the Lions kick it off here. Let's see what happens. And then, by the way, Rain landing at number 4. So we're thinking they're going with James, um, Garnett, KD, or Jordan. Because I think Rain did have their eyes on KD last time, and they have the opportunity to do so. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. And with the first pick, Lions are going with calls going down the office. LeBron James. LeBron James going number 1 overall. Makes it a little easier for the Lakers to decide. Are they going with Jordan?
Fine.
Or are they going with Giannis here? Which one will be? Very tough here.
Is the draft moving for you? Okay.
Yeah, it's a slight delay, but
Oh, okay.
the Lakers are sitting on their pick right now. It's a tough one.
Ah, there we go. Oh, well, okay, so LeBron went first. So, yeah, slight delay on my end. I was stuck on the ready up screen.
Right. If someone was watching right now, I'd invite you to vote on which one I should pick, but it's come that time here. Here we go. Right. We're also going next to the Sonics. Rain's on the board. Let's see which direction they're planning to go here. A lot of things to think about here. You know, they did want KD before, but they have the Joker, they have Larry Bird, Johnson, Bryant, O'Neal, Garnett, all on the board still.
Okay, so seeing as we're on the board, fourth pick, we've had.
Oh, so Cross, we lost the audio on it. Cross is going to share his thoughts, which direction, but we'll have to hear the recap of that because we're down to 20 seconds here, and we're about to be surprised. Right, Duncan went out. Oh, KD. Okay. Rain's going with it. Rain's making that call, going with KD. Picture flying off right now. Yeah, that opportunity to grab Giannis is that window's closing here. So now, um, Lakers have to start considering this little section here because Jazz. Giannis and the Kings. Okay, gotta say about Giannis. Curry's gonna go. Embiid. They're all going. Yeah, we lost you there, so we'll have to get your thoughts on what you're initially gonna say.
Yeah, it was. You turned into a Star Wars droid for a moment, and then all of a sudden it went quiet. Um, but yeah, your pick timed out for me, and it kind of just zoomed past Seattle's having Bill Russell, and we had seconds to kind of pick our next player. So I think it's more PlayStation servers, but there was a little bit of a delay at the start of the draft. It's crazy to see some of the people that are going in the first round though.
Yeah, um, it's definitely a good remix of all the teams because well, we got Portland going getting that back to back. So, oh, we might get Lillard matching up with the team. We'll see.
It kind of so Rose and Vince Carter got took off the board. Iverson too. We probably would have looked at Rose to come in and bring him back, but
Yeah,
looks like we are going a new direction. Starting to speed up a bit.
Yeah. Just
Kevin
realized
McHale.
I just realized with more teams, these teams aren't going to be as stacked. They're still going to be stacked, but not like they were in our previous launch here. So
How many teams was have we gone back to
third,
30 teams?
yeah, yeah,
Like, that would be why. Yeah, okay. So that's why guys like Rose and that have gone quite early on. I think it should still even us out. They just won't be as stacked, so it should still work as long as the sliders don't do us dirty again.
yeah. Which is, circling back to why all this is happening again. I'm looking at the centers, and it's going to be interesting for both our teams. 'Cause, yeah, no one stands out for a while until you get dropped down a few. You got Patrick Ewing there.
You're gonna end up with Kwame Brown or something.
You might luck out with Gasol. All right, time to
Which
get
one, Mark or
Mark, yeah,
Powell?
Mark. Yeah. All right.
You could
So
do grit and grind, I suppose. Who did you go with? You went with Jordan, right?
yeah, rain's coming up here in next three picks. So that means we're having to think about it here. Oh, sounds like rain is up. Rain selecting John Morant for sure. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. So that means Lakers invested a
We
lot
had
in
to
Jordan.
snatch one of them up. Or when you're more or less having a back to back because Lions are going to rob two and then you'll get yours. So you could be fairly strategic.
All right. So Lakers opting to go with a little bit of defense, thus going with Draymond Green. Switching back over to offense here, thinking Zion just did not play the way we. I mean, it is a whole new year. He could play the way we wanted him to, but probably not gonna go that route. So, um, looking at the offensive side, we're gonna need to really think about this here. Do we go with Bam? Let's see, Stoudemire, Westbrook there. All right, so we're opting to go with. I think we'll go with Westbrook here. All right, so Rain back on the board here. Rain having a tough choice, and maybe we'll create a new party, something like that. See if we can clean that up here. So bear with us here. All right, trying a new party. See if we have any luck here. Rain on the board.
Okay.
30 seconds left.
Rain on the board. I
Which route do they go?
completely missed what you did. So the chat and everything was quite smooth up until you came back up, and then
Uh,
it
we
all
went
kind of went
we went Draymond Green,
upside down.
Russell Westbrook. So went defensive, then back to offense. Not the way we would have liked to go, but it's who we have right now. 6 seconds
Um,
for rain.
6 seconds. Okay, so there's a little bit of a timing thing there because I was on 20 odd, and on your side it said six.
Okay, so we're gonna toggle over. How far down is rain?
Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook, Michael Jordan. Yeah, a lot of these the team combos that people have got. That Orlando Magic backcourt with Rose and Mitchell. You got the Nets with the front court of Nowitzki and um, Robinson. Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies, Tatum.
All right, we're losing Cross again here. So I think Cross is onto something that it is a PlayStation thing. Rodman lining up with the Bulls again, so we'll see Rodman on the Bulls. Trey Young on the Heat. That'll be interesting to see. Um, I imagine Gasol's going to go here in the next 3 picks. Let's see what we got going on here. Wow, they skipped down. Okay, Spurs mixing it up here. Cavs taking my pick there. Yep, gobbling up the centers now. Surge. Okay. Wow, Cavs are getting a lot of those picks that we're looking at. Let's see who else we got. Yeah, there still is Mutombo down there. All right, DeAndre Jordan going off the board. And let's see where we're at here. Kind of see Shaq went to the Hornets. That'll be interesting to watch. Shea, look out for that. Got some shooters. You got Shaq. Hornets again gonna add somebody to their team. So they're already gonna be lethal combo there over in Charlotte. I actually think that kind of fits Sabonis going to the Warriors there. All right, Sonic's up next, and Porzingis could play center, but let's see. I'm thinking we may have to just pick someone up here. I don't see anybody that stands out yet. So, all right, Vegas getting 2 more picks here, and then Lakers will be up. Larry Johnson going over to the Lions. Looks like we're up already. And at this point, yeah, let's look for. Definitely need some height there. Could go with Mutombo. Do like the way. Yeah, we'll bring DeAndre Ayton back. We had some good history there.
Okay, heads up that we didn't pick Giddy, by the way. It
Oh,
kind of automatically picked on that pick. Um,
is there a delay that doesn't let you, or you had to relaunch or start?
it might have been a delay on that round because it just changed for me, and then all of a sudden it just skipped the pick and gave us Giddy. So I'm not too sure what that one was. Um, but we can always trade him if need be. Uh, we need to find
Does
something else
Yeah,
that
it does look
works.
like you're on the board here, so hope that timer's working there. Let's take a peek at Cross's selections here. See what he's going with. I think the assistant coaches went with Giddy, but overall, KD, you got Morant, you got Zion going.
What to do? Porzingis? I don't know. We'll try and move him into a stretch five or something like that. I guess we'll just try and make something work out of this.
Yeah, yeah. This draft definitely not going the way I had hoped for, but
Oh,
this is the
sheesh.
team we had.
Kenny Martin was on the board.
Let's see, losing Cross again. Oh wow, you still got Penny, you still got Rondo there. Let's see. Yeah, I can't always go with overalls as far as like who you pick on your team, but it is tempting to do so. Just go down the list that way, but you got to think about what you need for your team, and then how long you're going to invest here, because well, that's going to matter later, especially in the playoffs too. Yeah, Olenek was a favorite, like I think prior to even the pilot era, but since then haven't had a lot of experience playing with Olenek. We'll see how things go here. Players taken. So if one of your favorite players is up here, this is the team they're going to. I'll just kind of do a brief scroll up. Cross mentioned Kemp, who has gone to the Sixers. Still looking at who's available here, but at this point, it's who knows because this draft has been a little unpredictable. All right, so looking at how far down Lakers are up, you got a few picks between here and there, but Baltimore Rain is coming up here. Oakley going to Pelicans. Penny finally off the board. Surprised it took that long. Usually Penny would be gone by now, but it's time to start thinking who our next two will be because we definitely need to take a look at small forward and the center positions. The safe bet could be going with Steven Adams again, but we want to mix it up. So what we got here? Do you have some options there? So. But Rain may or may not be selecting who they want here. The fact that the timer went down that far, thinking maybe they didn't get who they needed because of technical difficulties there. We'll see. Alright, so back on the board here. Yeah, you know what? All signs keep pointing to Rondo right now. Might have to. Alright, going with Rondo. Rondo's back. Back in the mix here. Still no small forwards yet. Staying away from Kuzma. Is that KJ? No, it's not the KJ. Um, Mashburn can be an option here. Then we got it's gonna be tough. We might have to trade out for a small forward here. So we're just gonna go with either power or center here. Yeah, really wanted to grab Biombo, but not gonna happen. Alright, so I'm gonna go with McGee. Go with McGee for now. Yeah, Gobert was not gonna join the Lakers here. So let's take a look at who's left on the board here in regards to pick wise here. A few more to go. Got a bit of a ways for our next ones, but yeah, the team that's kind of stands out right now are the Cavs. The Cavs. Let's see if I can go over the Cavs here. Yeah, if you check out the Cavs, they got Irving, they got Victor, they got Garland. Garland, I think, was on the Cavs at one point in a previous season in the CNC League. Just taking a look at the league here. You got Duncan, so watch out for Duncan Mutombo over on the Celtics. So it's going to be pretty tough over there. You got Drexler, Tatum, good offensive look there. Bird and Paul. You got Ray Allen. You got the shooters over there in the Hawks. And not bad, Chris Bosh there either. Defensively, you got Leonard, DeRozan, Beal all together on the Heat. And then Trey Young joining in there. It looks like that's Anthony Davis, so yeah, the Heat should be same thing. Hornets, like I mentioned earlier. You got Penny, Shea, you got Shaq, all over there. Garnett, Gasol. Really decent team on the Jazz, but we'll see what that looks like there. Giannis, who we wanted, unfortunately he's headed over to the Kings for now. You got Vladi there. Nick's got Malone, Stoudemire, Fox. We'll see. Alright, so we opted to go with MJ as a first pick, Draymond, defensive, Westbrook, LaMelo, Ayton, Rondo, Mickey. Overall, not looking too bad. I mean, definitely would have switched some players out there, but this is what we're rolling with. No small forward yet, so we're going to have to do some shuffling around at the end of the draft here. LeBron headed over to the Las Vegas Lions, which actually is a bit fitting if you ask Cross. He's done some takes on James and Las Vegas. Looking over at Magic, we got DeAndre or D Rose, yeah, and the Spider over there as well. So Magic looking decent there. And then Jerry West, James Worthy, Kevin Love, Mavericks, Dirk, Ginobili, Spiro over there. I think I missed him, but maybe he's still in draft. I was looking for Mullen, see where Mullen landed, because Mullen killed us on the prior launch of this here. He's knocking down those threes, so just want to see where that happens. All right, so time to get focused again, because our pick is coming up here. Cross is, we don't want to do that. Take a peek at who's left here and what our options are as far as small forwards go.